Hello, thanks for joining us again on the channel. I've been wanting to talk about this for ages, and now that a friend finally got one, we can dive into his experience. Quick note before we begin, there's a discount link in the description and the top comment if you want to check it out. Now let's not waste any more time and jump right into the details.
Let's start with our first reviewer's experience.
This reviewer has put this electric bike through its paces, covering over 1,800 miles, and shares that the overall experience has been both solid and enjoyable. The first thing our reviewer highlights is the impressive speed. Whether it's for the daily commute, just cruising around town, or even taking on some light hills, this client has found the acceleration and top speed more than sufficient, never feeling like the machine was underpowered for the task at hand. Another standout feature mentioned is the battery life. The range on a full charge is consistently reliable, giving the user peace of mind on longer trips without the nagging worry of running out of juice, even when using the higher power assist modes. Over all that distance, the e-bike has held up remarkably well mechanically. Apart from a couple of flat tires, which is pretty reasonable for that amount of use, maintenance has been routine, just the usual brake adjustments and keeping the chain lubricated. While the fat tires could perhaps be a bit more puncture resistant, this is a minor critique common with extensive riding. The build quality feels sturdy, with no signs of frame fatigue, and the ride itself is comfortable thanks to a suspension system that does a good job soaking up bumps on rougher roads. Ultimately, this electric motorcycle has proven itself to be a fast, long-range, and dependable option for regular use. For anyone in the market for a performance-focused e-bike that can handle the rigors of daily riding, this client would definitely recommend giving this model a serious look.
Cool, let's uncover what our next reviewer has to say.
This reviewer has owned this electric bike for some time now and felt it was a good moment to share their experience. Overall, it's been a very positive ride, though not without a few minor hiccups along the way. Our reviewer noted that both fenders eventually worked themselves loose after a couple hundred miles of riding, first the front and then the rear. They suspect a simple fix like using some thread lock on the bolts would solve the problem permanently, but they just haven't gotten around to it yet. Another small point is the seat. While its quality looks quite nice, it does get a bit uncomfortable on rides lasting longer than an hour or so. The suspension is also decent for this type of machine, providing a smooth enough experience, though this client personally wishes it were a little softer. It's also worth mentioning that while the initial charger was faulty, the company's customer support was commendably quick and sent a replacement without any hassle. On the more positive side, the lighting system on this e-bike is a real standout feature that gets a lot of praise. The headlight, turn signals, and tail light are all fantastic and very effective. Our reviewer was particularly impressed with the sleekly designed tail light, which is already bright and gets even brighter when the brakes are applied, adding a great layer of safety. The turn signals are sequential, which is a premium touch, and they function perfectly even while braking or with the tail light on. In the end, this client feels this electric bicycle is pretty much the perfect entry point for anyone thinking about getting their first one. Despite the small, fixable issues, they still find themselves enjoying this bike at every chance they get. While they can definitely see themselves upgrading to something a bit more advanced in the future, this has been an excellent and thoroughly enjoyable introduction to the world of e-bikes.
Fantastic. Now, let's see what insights our next reviewer has to offer.
This reviewer recently shared their thoughts on a new electric bike, highlighting several aspects they genuinely appreciate about the model. First off, they were pleased to discover this electric bike is street legal, which is a significant plus for practical daily use. Our reviewer also praised the fat tires, noting their excellent traction. In fact, they mentioned a specific instance where these robust tires played a crucial role in preventing an accident, effectively saving their life. The inclusion of integrated blinkers and lights also contributed to a feeling of safety and convenience, while the charging process was described as notably easy. However, this client also pointed out several areas where the product could see some valuable improvements. A primary concern centered on the brake levers. The reviewer felt that the current material, described as cast aluminum, wasn't durable enough. This became starkly apparent when the bike fell, causing a lever to snap clean in half. Our reviewer expressed frustration over the ongoing difficulty in finding a replacement lever and other specific parts for this particular model, suggesting a need for better parts availability. Another recurring issue involved the inner tubes. This client went through 4 sets, experiencing frequent flats. They offered a helpful tip, advising against overinflating, suggesting just enough air for cushioning, a method that has prevented flats for weeks since they adopted it. They also recommend the manufacturer consider pre-installing a sealant, like slime, in the tubes. Battery life was another point of contention. Our reviewer found it depleted drastically after covering just 6 to 12 blocks, indicating room for substantial improvement there. Despite these challenges, this reviewer remains largely supportive. They believe the team behind this electric bike is heading in the right direction, needing only a few adjustments to create a truly exceptional product. They describe these.
That's a wrap. If you enjoyed this, drop a like and subscribe for more. Got thoughts? Let's chat in the comments. See you in the next one.